Hi, we'll understand the concept of linked list using structure. So, as we talked before, a structure is made up of many variables. Okay, so here we are seeing that the structure is made of data and a pointer to struct node, but that structure itself a node. That means if you make an instance of this node, suppose say called head, it will have data and it will have next pointer. That next pointer will point to can point to, not will point, but can point to a next node, or say a node 1, which will have its own data and next. And that next can itself have own data and own next. Okay, so that is idea of linked list. So we can make such nodes. Okay, 1, then this will be 2, then there can be one more node called 3, where data will be there and next pointer will be there, which can be pointed to somewhere or it can be null. That is the idea of linked list, that you can make instances of same structure and make it point the next of that to next variable of that instance to next node, which is itself an instance of a structure. Okay, so we'll delete all this and start. So this part you understood. Now we made head 1, 2, 3, this pointers to a structure. Okay, for now don't use this 4, we are not using this 4, so just delete it or think it is not there. So we'll have a head node. I will make it vertically, you understand, to think of it as a horizontally. There will be a head node where data will be there. There will be no, sorry, not data, only next will be there. Okay, this is head node. Okay, then we are not pointing right now. Okay, just it is just made. Then will be one node. One will be a pointer to a structure. That means it will have its own data and own next. Okay, then there will be one more structure with own data and next, and it will be named 3 or 2, sorry. And there will be one more, but they are still not connected actually. We'll see how. Then it will have own data and next. Okay, now what will happen, you made all this. So to access so one will be a pointer to this linked list. Okay, this node. 2 will be pointer to this node, 3 will be pointer to this node. Okay, this is 3. They are still made as a pointer but still not pointing to them exactly. We have to specify. Now this set of statement, that malloc, is required to just give them memory. So don't think about this much. Just remember it is used for all case of C and C++. Now we remember that we discussed this arrow symbol is required when we are accessing variable of structure using pointer to the structure. So we can use one arrow data, this line, one arrow data is equal to 1. So in this one, data will become 1. Same way, 2 arrow data is equal to 2. So 2 in 2, this is pointer to 2. So 2 arrow data will become 2. Same way, 3 arrow data is 3 arrow data we fill at 3. So here data will be 3. Okay. Now next is also a variable of structured node. So we can access next using this pointer. So once next become 2. Okay. 2's next become 3. Okay. And 3's next is null, nothing. We'll make it more clear, then you can understand. Let's clear it. So this was head. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay. This was head. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Okay. So till now you have seen that in one data 1, 2 and 3 has been filled. Now once next is, this is next of each one, right? Next. So once next, if it becomes 2 and 2 is already pointing to this, so they will be connected, right? 2 was pointer to this, right? Second node. So if 2 is already pointing to this one, and if once next here, once next become 2, so this will be connected, right? Same way, 2's next is this one. Okay. If 2's next become 3 and 3 is already pointing to the structure, so they are also connected like this. Once next is 3 and 3 is connected to this one. Okay. Same way, third next is null, means it is not pointing to anything. So this way, from here 1 to 3 connection has been made, but we have to also make connection of 1 with head. Okay. So then we put head is equal to, or head next we can put, but generally it is, because there is no data, we put head is equal to 1, because 1 was pointing to this complete structure. So head is equal to 1 we have put. Okay. Head is equal to 1 we have put. So in this way, this complete head 1, 2, 3 linked list has been completely linked. Okay. Now we will remove this. 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Now we need to print this. Okay. So what we had earlier, we'll draw it in a horizontal line. Okay. Here. Okay. So we had head 1, 2, 3. So head next was pointing to 1, and 1 was already a pointer to this. 2's next was pointing to 3, and 3 was a pointer to this node. And 1's next was 2, so it is pointing to this one. So it is linked now. Okay. Now we need to traverse and print the element. So how we'll do? We'll do this using while loop. So this print is required to just print the value. So head data. Okay. So right now, in first there will be no head data, so nothing will be print. Now head will become head next. So if head become head next, we have seen head next is 1. So head will become head next, so it will become one node. So then head will become 1. So head will become equal to 1. Okay. And head data will become equal to 1 data. So one data was 1, so 1 will be printed. Now again, this will happen until head is not equal to null. Okay, now again 1 will printed. Now again head will become head next, so head next will be 2, this 2. Okay, so 2, this head next will become 2. Okay, so this 2 will be printed, 2 data will be printed, 2 data is 2. Now head will head next is pointing to 3. Okay, sorry, the third 3 node 3. Okay, so the head will become equal to that data, head that node completely, it will be a copy of that, and that data is 3, so 3 will be printed. So let's take this now. Let's run it and see output. So as you can see, 1, 2 and 3 is printed. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 is printed. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is 1, 2 and 3. So I hope you understood. Last part I will again explain. This is a white screen here, it will be better to represent. Okay, this is head, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, 3. When we made head is equal to 1, okay, then this data was pointing to here, it was pointing to 1 and 1 was pointing here, so basically they are connected. Same way, 1's next was pointing to 2 and 2 already pointed here, so connected. Same way, 2's next was pointing to 3 and 3 pointed to here, that's why this 3 node was there. Now next up it is null. So when we are doing head is equal to head next, so there will be a copy of head made which will be equal to 1, this complete thing. I'll show you 1 second with color. So this this head, why it's not changing? This head will become equal to this 1 here, this one. Okay, there will be a copy of this which will become head. So now head and 1 become same. So head next will be 1. Basically, if you go back to code, so delete it first. So head will become 1. Okay, and when we do head equal to head next, head will become 2. Okay, so on head will keep on going on and being copied, means it will take copy of all 1s and 2. So if we put only head data, we will get the data of 1, 2 and 3. That's what is happening in these lines. Okay, so this is the first program we can do, traversal of linked list. This part is basically traversal of linked list using this thing. This is complete setup of linking list, and this is where you are traversing. Okay, using head you are traversing. I'll try to explain once more if there's a problem. It's little complicated, but I understand that. Delete this. So this is head, this is 1. Okay, so while head not equal to null, so first head was, this is 1, head was equal to 1. Okay, so head actually became equal to 1. Okay, so this pointer and this pointer both copied each other. Okay, so the head and 1 will have same data. So if you print the data of head also, which was 1, or head, this was head, this is 1. Okay, If you print data of head, it will print 1 only because it's copy of that. Now head will become equal to head next. So head next is, so I'll draw it again. Now it was 1, right? Head and 1 was same thing, so we'll take it as 1 only. So now next was 2. So once next or head next is, make it head also here. Both, because both became same, then both will point here, okay? So head next is 2. So now head become 2 only. Okay. So data of 2 copied to head and next also copied to 2. So when you put cout head data, it will put print 2 only. Okay. Same way, you have, suppose it was 2 node and next is 3 node. Okay. So head has become same as this was head. Okay. So 2's data was 2 and next was 3. So in head also 3 will be pointed to 3. Okay, so there we saw that when we put head next, 2 was printed. Now head is equal to head next. So head next is 3. So now head has become same node as 3. So all the things in head will be copied to, all things in 3 will be copied to head. So then when you do cout head data, it will print 3 only. Okay. And next time, because 3 next is null, so head next also will be null, right? So that time it will not print because while loop will be breaked. So I hope